What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Tuned Engines. On today's episode, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I was able to put this engine into the 71 C10 and also do this. Give me a sec. Oh, I'm over here. So yeah, guys, so let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright guys, so if you remember from last video, we went ahead and took out the old 292 196 and we went ahead and put this 468 big block Chevy, 600 horsepower, let's not forget about that, 7.4 liter as well. Alright guys, so as you can see, the engine is already inside, but let me go ahead and show you what we had to do in order to make that possible. Just so you know, I didn't record like every little detail because it was just getting really hard to like keep on moving the camera around, and like whenever you have like a transmission on your face like they're trying to hold up, it's a little bit hard to move the camera around, but I still recorded as much as I could. But let me go ahead and show you the process of what it took in order to get this 468 big block Chevy inside this truck. So in case y'all know what this is what's called a bell housing. Alright guys, and if you saw the last video, you would have seen that the engine would not connect to the bell housing, which is what we need so we can connect it to the transmission. So I did some research and I found this. So I basically went ahead and went on a forum and I found out that in order for you to fit this 468 big block Chevy into this truck, we actually had to move the bell housing forward or the whole transmission. So that's what I did. But we ran into a few problems, let me tell you why. So back then, the engineers of Chevy thought it would be a good idea to put rivets instead of some bolts, nuts, and washers, which is why we have this bell housing and this cross member out. So basically what I had to do was punch out all of these rivets and then move the transmission forward and put new bolts in it and call it good. It's easier said than done. So basically that's what I did. So I went ahead and took out the transmission, which is outside, and I tried to grind down as much of the rivets as possible, but just because of the location I was not able to, so which is what led me to here. That's what I'm gonna be doing right now. I'm gonna go ahead and knock out most of these rivets that I can so I can have more space and actually have a hose to put new bolts and new hardware like this but smaller, so they can go ahead and hold our bell housing and transmission in place. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Alright guys, this is what has been giving me so many issues, and as you saw, like it was pretty hard to take out anyway with it out here, but we went ahead and took out this side completely. Still gotta do this one and more over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, then bring y'all back whenever this is all done. So in case y'all put a big block in y'all's old truck or classic truck, y'all know what to expect. So let's go ahead and keep on doing this. I'll be back in a little bit. Alright guys, well I went ahead and took up all of the rivets, so it should be clean. I'm probably gonna put some spray paint just so it doesn't rust in the future, but we have everything out. And basically guys, that's probably like the thing that took me the longest to do, take out the rivets. So I went ahead and just like said, screw it, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the whole cross member so I can get these things out easier, faster, and without that much issue. And I was able to move it enough to where I have enough clearance so the engine will fit and connect to the bell housing perfectly fine. So we're gonna go ahead and put the bell housing back in the truck, put some hardware in it, and then see if we can connect the engine again and see if these engine mounts will work. Alright guys, so we're gonna go ahead and put the pilot bearing. The pilot bearing is where the shaft of the transmission goes inside, and it goes right in here. So we're gonna have to get a socket like this and hit it with the hammer and make sure that it goes in straight and aligned. Alright guys, now with our flywheel, we're gonna go ahead and put the bolts, and I'm gonna use some thread lockers so these don't come out. We're gonna go ahead and put our clutch alignment tool and put our clutch disc on. Go like that. And then we can go ahead and put the pressure plate right here. Alright guys, it's been a while since the last clip. The last thing you saw me do was actually when I had connected the bell housing. But actually when I had also connected the engine, but I didn't record it because it was just too much work, and like I couldn't be recording, like doing like everything. So I went ahead and put the camera down, put the engine in, and right now it's connected to the bell housing and everything. And now we're gonna go ahead and see if we can make these mortar mounts fit. If not, we're gonna have to make new holes on the mortar mounts. And after, we're gonna go ahead and connect the transmission back on since we went ahead and disconnected. Alright guys, so right here I have my 3-speed transmission. It's a Saginaw 3-speed, in case you were wondering. Right now it's upside down, but we'll go ahead and flip it and put on that jack and slide it in and see if I can raise it like that. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up and put on that. Oops. It's not that heavy. Gotta be careful with these because these are like my gear selectors right here. So look, let me show you. So I believe that's reverse, neutral first, then I believe it's like third or second and third, something like that. Oh well. So we're gonna go ahead and flip this the other way and go ahead and put it back in. Alright guys, now we're putting the last 4 screws, the last 2 from inside the bell housing this way. So then we got the transmission pretty much all done. We had to use a ratchet strap so it can help us hold it up because we don't got that much space to work with, but we went ahead and made it work and we got connected. We're gonna take out these 2 top ones again and we're gonna put the lock washers in there because we did not put lock washers in. We were just trying to like make the transmission to the bell housing, and that's what we did. But these are going to be the ones that are tight right now. Then we're going to go ahead and take out these, put lock washers, and put them back in. Alright guys, so now we're going to go ahead and put the radiator back in. And then we're going to go ahead and wire up the starter. And then put our new fuel pump. Because we're going to go ahead and put an electronic fuel pump on this one. And then, I'm not sure if a fan's going to fit, but I have a plan for that in the future anyway. So we're going to go ahead and start doing that right now. Alright guys, so just here with another update. I went ahead and connected the starter back up again. I put the wires from the truck instead of like the ones that came with. I went ahead and made like a little ghetto, I guess you can call it throttle cable. But basically guys, that means I can go ahead and press the gas. You can see that it moves over there. It gets stuck a little bit because it's a little bit ghetto. And then also, I can go ahead and do this and see how we are. But yeah guys, so as y'all saw, we are almost done. The next thing I have to do is go ahead and connect the fuel pump, the electric fuel pump I got. Let me go ahead and show you which ones I got. Alright guys, so sorry about the mess because so much stuff going on. So we went ahead and got a Holley fuel pump. I think it's rated for like 7 to 10 psi. And for this engine, we need like around 7, so this one will be fine. And something else I went ahead and got was a fuel pressure regulator. I'm not sure if we're actually gonna need it or not, but I'm gonna see what happens after I put this on by itself. Alright guys, so next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and relocate this fuel filter underneath the truck. So basically, I'm gonna try putting this fuel filter right before my fuel pump, so like it does not get any debris inside the fuel pump and burn up or clog it up. So we're gonna go ahead and relocate this at the bottom just to be super safe. Alright guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and connect the fuel pump right here. Alright guys, so now we can go ahead and see if this engine will fire up. Don't mind that, that's just water because I forgot to put this clamp on, or not put on, but tighten it. So we're all good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and see if this engine starts, just making sure everything's good to go once again. Let's see what happens. it sound cool?
That doesn't sound like...
Alright guys, so as you saw, we were able to fire up the engine. So basically, let me go ahead and tell you some issues I saw with this. And if you see some white smoke, it's just because it's burning oil that like we spilled on the engine. So that's nothing to worry about. And which also, I want to go ahead and make sure that all my gaskets are, my valve cover gaskets are good to go. So we still have to go ahead and connect the drive shaft so it can drive in. But I'll be for another video. But right now we have the engine and we have the transmission connected. All we need to do is connect it to the wheels and big burnouts to come. And also connect the transmission to like the gear selector because we haven't done that yet. But yeah, so it's basically good to go. But we're gonna go ahead and leave that for our next video. But as always, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for future content. And I'm telling y'all guys, more spicy videos are gonna come. But yeah, so I'll see you on next time.